Good, or should I say, bad morning, everyone. Bad morning. Before we go into everything in this show, I just need to read something out from the guy that does all this artwork for us. The artwork you're seeing here is by a very good friend of mine, Lord of Acca, who I have a great relationship with and does loads of artwork for me. But people are reaching out to him and saying that we are taking the artwork without his permission. So I just need to read out something he stated to me, which is basically permission has been granted by Lord of Acca to use this artwork in our videos and thumbnails, not to be used without permission of Lord of Acca. Please contact Lord of Acca on his Twitter if you wish to use any of his brilliant work. And there is his Twitter handle. Now I'm just going to get rid of this picture. And then welcome myself. Say hello.
Have you been looking in the mirror again, Brian?
Oh, mate, today's such a bad day.
You look very different today. I've got to be honest with you.
Mate, I can actually say it's the performance that made my hair fall out. Johnny, first of all, how are you, buddy?
I'm raging.
Yep. Well, let's put it this way.
That's an understatement, to be honest.
Let's put it this way. We didn't know how long it would take till this day came where Ange-r management took a bit of a twist. And
it's his name, Ange-r or Anger Management. Today it's anger. No joy, just anger.
So let's just welcome the people that are here. There's already 50 people in here. Steve Fraser, big up to you. Good morning, sir. Or bad morning, sir. James Flat, I've been talking to James on and off on voice notes all morning. Big up, brother. Good to hear from you. George Georgiou, who, if all goes well and is all still planning, will be making his debut on Tottenham on tour with us in the breakfast show Cockle-Doodle-Doo tomorrow. Looking forward to it, George. Tom Taylor, Ian Carpenter, big up. Renegade Sound, how we doing? Benjamin Foster, Colin Cross, good morning to you. Seb Shah, how we doing? Elvis, I can see from you it's another piece of silverware gone. Before we get to it, I'm going to say something as well. International Observer, good morning. Bad morning to you. Quinton, Rich, who else we got in here? Donovan, Craig Sullivan, a friend of yours and mine and on the Twitter spaces. Jojo Jow and Spartan 7.
Let's get into this, Brian.
Right, so we are going to get into this, but I just want to let people know, like we have done before, this show is about the performance. And I'm telling you now, I will be going live later on today and going on a massive Levy out rant. I'm going to try and not go down that avenue as much as possible because it will just take over the show.
Let's not do that.
Yeah, I'm going to try my best. There may be a few slip of the tongues, but I will be going live later. Right, Johnny.
Are we going with negatives? Can we not start with them? Let's start with the positives.
You want to flip it around? Let's do it. Okay. Let's start with the positives. I'll say my one positive. Mickey van der Ven, over to you.
Mickey, listen, Mickey's pace got us out of trouble numerous times. He got a few blocks in. The only other negative, Richie finally scoring a goal. The end. Yep. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. Because there's one thing I've heard. The fans, 6,000 fans went there buzzing, right? On with so much positivity. And that's what they get dealt last night. That's what they get dealt. Total and utter disrespect. They deserve more. The fans were fantastic. Still trying to sing through it all. Yeah. Well. Go on.
Sorry, Joe. I'll tell you that because I was obviously there. It was literally my first game there since Ange-Postecoglou had come. And I'd been told, or I'd seen this incredible atmosphere from the fans that we'd seen on TV, and I'd heard it from all the fans that I know, or I've seen on various pods or other platforms talking about the incredible atmosphere and how brilliant things are under Ange. And I tell you what, they weren't wrong. They weren't wrong. From the moment I got into that ground, through the turnstile, in the concourse, incredible. In the stand, it was absolutely outstanding. The away fan base, as well as the home, but the away fan base in particular, are so hardcore, so devoted, so passionate, so with the team, doing everything they can to get this team over the line.
Yeah.
To once again have performances like that. This fan base did not stop singing. There were inflatable kangaroos going around all over the place. This fan base, Fulham their fan base may as well not have even been there. May well as not have been there. And I will say one thing in regards to Levy. I did not expect the Levy out chant to come at any point soon because of the football. Fair play, football fans. Fair play, Tottenham fans. When I heard that, I was like, damn right, because we're here again, another trophy gone, shambolic performance, shambolic ownership. And he's going
These
to
are
come
the
in for
positives.
and he's going to come in for some serious questions. But yeah, but this fan base once again, who give up their time after work to travel there. You've got to remember, there's a lot of fans from London, but a lot of fans came down from supporters clubs all around the country and made the long trip down to London just for another gutless, spineless, toothless performance. I wish the fans played football because we'd be unstoppable.
I thought Perisic, just to mention, sorry, on another positive, I think Perisic was one of the few players that actually did anything, right? Crossing the ball and trying to make things happen. But it was just let's go on to the negatives because we're on them.
Yep. All I will say as well, I do want to highlight on Mickey van der Ven. Just like big up Jonas, big up my friend. And another very good friend of mine, Zach, is in the building. Big up, Zach.
It was superb. His pace, time and time again, got him out of trouble. Listen, Traore's donkey, but still, he used his pace to offset it. You know,
Mickey van der Ven, who is again the first time I saw live. We have one hell of a player on our hands there. One hell of a player. And all right, the own goal.
We took one hell of a beating.
He is the rare ray of sunshine in a otherwise disgusting, shambolic performance. I think he was absolutely fantastic, and I don't know how true it is. We'll find out if it's true and how long it could be. I saw Twitter ablaze and YouTube comment sections saying he's picked up an injury, and if he has, so happy we did everything we did with bringing in these centre backs and making sure that everything is good. But yeah, that's pretty much the positives done. Now it's normally the other way where the negatives we are very few and far between, and then we go all into the positives. I don't even know where we're going to begin here. But Johnny,
right,
that's your responsibility.
Right, first of all, we were absolutely shocking. Right, shocking. We could not keep the ball. We could not pass the ball. I mean, we beat ourselves. Really. I mean, Davis. Wow, Davis. In that first few minutes, I've lost count how many stray passes he made to the opposition. He slid in twice to try and get a tackle and completely missed and let them attack us down the flank. And this was the frigging captain. It was absolutely disgraceful, absolutely disgraceful. And I'm going to say something. I mean, it's a bit early on Ange, but I'm going to say this. You pick three captains. You pick your Son, you pick your Kuti, and you pick your Madison. And
so
what do you do? Hang on a second. No, let me finish. Hang on a second, right? And you pick these three, right? And what do? You don't play any of them in the bloody team, and you give the armband to Ben Davis, who was absolutely atrocious. I've got to say, honestly, Scarlett, he was positive. He didn't do much. he tried, but I with great respect, he had one chance which flew off of him. He drew a defender for Richie for a goal, and that's about it. But you explain to me why you give three captains, you play none of them, and you give Ben Davies the captaincy, and then go on to watch him perform in that manner. That was one of the worst performances by anybody. That had a freaking captain, and you still leave him on the frigging pitch. You still left him on the pitch.
Right. So I will say I think Scarlett would. He didn't. He came on and he
didn't do anything.
Well, he got. I when I was there and what I saw, he was off the ball, doing a lot. Listen, we're trying to find some positives here, and I can't tar him as the same brush as a lot of these players that we're going to tar. So I'm going to agree with Colin on that. I am going to agree with Colin, but I'm going to leave Ange till the end. We can't string 3 parts. We've got, once again, we're in a place right now where if our first 11 are out, we look really, really good. Really, really good. And have done this season. Take a few of them out, and it all goes to pot. It all goes to piss. I've not seen this team have done it under Jose, they've done it under Antonio, they've done it under Nuno, they've done it under Poch, they've done it under AVB. I can keep going back and back in time.
Yeah, but they're not all the same players, Brian.
No. But Johnny, a lot of them are for the time under from Poch. This is a thing. When I was talking to James Flower, like James said, there is a culture at this football club that don't give a crap. There is a culture at this football club where the to dare is to do means nothing. There is a culture at this club where players just don't care because this winning mentality has been drummed out of them. There is a culture at this club that accepts failure. There is a culture at this club that accepts mediocrity. And this keeps going on. Well, we've got Jay. Just want to say big up Johnny for contacting Ange-r League Cup game for Celtic. He fielded his strongest 11. I find these 9 changes to be out of character. To be honest, I've never seen, and this is what I mean.
Well, I'll get onto that. That's on my list. We're going off tangent, Brian.
We're going to get onto that
tangent. Look, look, Brian. Let me explain to you. Right. Well, explain. That's not the right word. What I wanted to say was that I hear what you're saying, right? But let's not get away from the fact who made some serious mistakes tonight, right? Listen, Oliver Skipp was absolutely... Look, I've been going on about it for weeks and weeks and weeks. Oliver Skipp was just awful, absolutely awful, how he was still on the pitch. Everyone wants to go on about Højbjerg, right? Because everyone chooses their favourite scapegoat to go on, right? I understand that people didn't think he had a good game. I get it, right? But in the first half alone, he made enough tackles in that half after bloody Davis and Skipp were left. I mean, Skipp was literally nowhere. He was treading water for the entire game. The in-game management, okay, was abysmal. I've got to tell you, the vast majority of this defeat and this game was on the big man. I'm sorry, I'm not here to tell Ange out. I'm not Ange out. I'm not anti-Ange. I'm just calling it as it is, okay? And he is fundamentally the main problem of why we lost abysmally. There was nothing in that team. Nothing.
Johnny, we'll get. Like I said, we'll get onto Ange. But Højbjerg, who we'll get into players shortly. But Højbjerg, listen, did he put tackles in? Yes. Do you know what? I am a fan of Højbjerg.
And more forward passes than anybody else.
I am a fan of Højbjerg, but do you know what? Yesterday, this leader, this one that's for the big occasions. This one with the strong mentality, which I've always credited him for. This leader, this warrior, did exactly what England did in the Euro finals penalty shootout with Raheem Sterling and all these others, bottling a goddamn penalty and making
Can I just tell you? Well, that's not actually right, Brian.
Mate, come on.
No, it's not right. Because Ange told them who was going. I was told after the game. I'm not going to say who by or which player, but Ange told them who was going to take the penalties.
Johnny, listen, there is no way on
right,
God's green earth. No, mate, listen, you know I value you and everything you say.
So why didn't Dave Scarlett take a penalty?
Mate, the guy that look what happened with Troy Parrott.
He's a striker.
Look what happened with Troy Parrott at Norwich. When you have leaders there, forget Højbjerg not taking a penalty.
I'm saying he shouldn't. But
but I'm saying right now there's 166 people in here. I guarantee if I asked everyone to say who's your 5 penalty takers, not one of them. One of them say Davinson Sanchez.
Brian, right? There's no point going at me because I'm not.
I'm not going to you.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm saying to you, this is on Ange. Stop trying to push away from Ange and blame everybody but Ange. Ange has got a lot to do with this, right? He's the leader. He's the manager, right? This is the tough man, right? Get in there and tell him you are going to take a fucking penalty. It's you. You're going to take it. You are this person. You're that person. I could list your whole host of players that should have taken it ahead of Sanchez. For God's sake, we all know that. It's a disgrace. Why was Sanchez even given the responsibility? Why did he even allow him?
That part is on Ange. That part I'll give you. But I'm telling you now, there is no way Ange-Postecoglou has said, right, my 5 penalty takers are 1, 2, 3. Is that no way? No way.
Right.
Whether he okayed it in the end, that should be the players that say, right, we're taking these 5. The amount of abuse Davinson Sanchez
was Ben Davies, the captain?
Put it on him as well. Fine.
Where was the captain? Why
exactly
one player?
Exactly. Okay, so you could, mate. I could name another 6 players that should have gone behind Sanchez.
That's what I'm saying.
But I'm saying there's no way. There's no way on God's green earth that Ange-Postecoglou said, Davinson Sanchez, you're my 3rd penalty taker.
I don't know why he allowed him to. I've got no idea.
Johnny, with that, I completely agree with you.
I mean, listen, I've got to say, you know, I've been really impressed by a lot of things that Ange has done. This has just literally hit me like a freight train. What went on?
Listen, it's hit a lot of us, and Johnny, you and me are debating quite a bit today. Just so everyone knows, it's all but love with me and Johnny. It's just goddamn tensions are high right now. Tensions are very, very high right now, and I think
did we not beat ourselves?
Yeah,
we couldn't pass the ball.
No, we couldn't. Right? Do you know what? Let's start breaking this down the way we do. Right, these special mentions.
We might as well just go on to Ange.
No, do you know what? Well, no, with these special mentions, we might as well just go through the teammate and just literally, mate. No one's getting away from this. The only one I'm not mentioning in special mentions here in a bad way is Mickey van der Ven. That's it.
Can we talk about the tree?
Oh no, Foster. Joe Fraser Foster. Apart from the penalty.
Hang on. I'm not having that. He made 2 good saves, but I'm sorry. I have never in my life, right? And I'm going to put it on Ange again. I'm sorry. I'm going to put it on Ange again. You know that Big Vic has one of the best penalty saves ratios out there. He's the most unbelievable shot stopper. What do? Good managers make decisions and bring on the guy who's the best at saving penalties. He's got an incredible record. Instead, what do? You put on the tree. I have never seen. It was like watching when you play penalties with your 4-year-old son. And you'd say to him, come on, son, you know, let's take some penalties. And you purposely dive the wrong way, half-heartedly. When you're about 60, dive the wrong way. Have you ever seen, I defy anyone to show me 5 worst penalty attempts to being saved. I've honestly, bring on penalty takers. Sorry, what was that comment?
I don't know.
No, I said bring on the person to save the penalty. No, the one before that.
So also, like I said,
the one before.
Yeah, but no, I'm just saying as well with this, when people are saying shows how little you deserve, Ange, I'm backing Ange. Johnny's backing Ange. There's a fundamental problem at this club.
This show is about calling what happened last night, okay? I said right at the beginning, right? This isn't Ange out. This isn't Ange hate, right? But you have to call it. If we're calling him and praising him to the hilt about how well he's done and everything that's gone on, we also have to comment about what went on last night. Okay, It's as simple as that.
Yep. So right, let's start getting through these players. Well, you say
Foster, Brian. Tell me. Have you watched the penalties back? I mean, you were at the game, right? I was meant to be there, but I had a death, so I couldn't go. But what? Look,
I'll be honest I'll tell you now. With the penalties, they were taking it down the other end, and where the players were standing, we couldn't see the goal. We could see the goal.
Honestly,
we just couldn't see. So,
Brian, anyone who's in this room, go and watch them. If you didn't watch it, I'm sure if you go on Twitter, you'll see it. It's like watching you playing football in the garden with your son or your daughter, and you want to play penalties, and you purposely dive the wrong way, half-heartedly, to let them score. It was embarrassing. Meanwhile, on the bench, you've got one of the best penalties. His penalty save ratio record and his shot stopping is incredible.
Right. Emerson Royale. Not his greatest moment. Was it? Listen, it's the whole team. They had an opportunity last night. Sorry. He came on, and with Porro being in such good form the last couple of games, did he give Postecoglou room to think and think, oh, what should I do against Burnley? How should I tackle this? Not a goddamn chance. Poor performance. One of his poorest in recent times, if not the poorest in recent times. Since February, I think he's been very, very good in games. This was a step backwards from him, but it was a very, very poor performance. And as Steve said, he weren't the worst on the pitch. I'll get to the worst on the pitch. Johnny, your thoughts on Emerson?
I just still, I think everyone picks their highlight. I tried to look at the whole game and judge it not by who's my favourite and not my favourite, but just by who shone as being some of the worst on the pitch. And for me, standouts by a country mile were Ben Davies and Oliver Skipp. They were just pointless, absolutely pointless. And
by a country mile. And I got so much grief when I said, look, I don't mean any disrespect. He's reached his level. He will never be anything more than what he is now. Papasol will go past him in a flash. He was so bad last night. What mystified me was how he was still on the bloody pitch. Well, actually, Richarlison had one of his better games, funny enough, where he tried at least, and he made stuff happen. But for me, Skipp and Davis was atrocious in that first half. Atrocious. Yeah. Well, mate, Davinson Sanchez, who I gave praise to for stepping up to take a penalty when I don't think he should be anywhere near it, and that's on Ange and the team for allowing it to happen. In the first half, his passing, his distribution was shocking, and I've been defending Sanchez. I don't understand it. I thought, you know what, when I gave my predicted lineups and everything, I thought, you know what, stick with Big Vic and those two in the centre. Just keep the protection. Just keep that clean sheet record going for as long as you can. We didn't. And Davinson Sanchez, I mean, we had a bid for 9 million rejected because someone wants 15 to 20 million because he's absolutely goddamn clueless. And if you reckon that performance moved the goalpost or the valuation nearer to 15 to 20 million, you've done more damage than good. It's going down towards 7.55 million. It was his lack of. Do you know what? Someone said it to me. I can't remember who said it to me. Davinson Sanchez is a good defender until he has the football at his feet. His recovery, his pace, his power, all good. Give him the football, and he gets. And it's a confidence thing. His distribution, his passing, his awareness is abysmal, and it showed last night. Johnny, your next one.
Can I just say about Davinson, you missed the one thing. I thought he was wearing skates when was it Dick or Reed turned him inside out. I can't remember who it was turned him inside out. A special mention for me, I've got to say, just flipping it, I thought the best player on the pitch by a country mile, by an absolute country mile. What a player is Paulinho again. I've been raving about him for over a year now. In fact, before he even went to Fulham. What a player. He absolutely tore that whole team on his own. He was fantastic. Who else was bad?
My man, a very, very special person is here. Gogama, I haven't seen you for ages, darling. I hope you're okay, honey. All the way in South Korea. I hope everything is good with you. Just one thing, we've got a super chat come in. Big up to Garo. As far as it sounds, our pathetic, woeful, inept bunch of B-grade players drew 1-1. If the players actually showed a bit of heart, who knows? Bang on the money. Bang on the money, Tagara. And thank you for the super chat. This is what I'm saying. This happens every goddamn time. So many people want to put it on Big Ange. I want to put it on Levy. I will put it on Levy. But these players that have been here for manager after manager after manager are beyond. Well, don't worry, we've got 2 days to get them all out for the window. Go on, Johnny, your next one that you were going to talk about.
Solomon. One shot, and that's it. I mean, where was he? Where was he? He had one effort in the second half. Zero. Absolute zero. Nothing. Right? Listen, you can pick your favourites that you hate and you can chastise them all you like. Okay? But it was all wrong. All of it. And I'll get on to why it was all wrong.
Go on.
No, I mean, listen, we'll get onto it when we get on to Ange.
Okay, so you mentioned him. I've got to talk about Ollie Skip. I've got to talk about Ollie Skip.
Should we skip it?
I'm the last few years I've been a fan of his. When he went to Norwich and he came back, I was already saying, here we go, this guy's going to tear it up, this guy's going to be it, this guy's going to do things. He just ran around blowing hot air and offered absolutely nothing. I've seen it better when teams go down to 10 men over the years, and this season with other teams, how they play better with 10 men on the pitch. Ollie Skip was that crap yesterday that we would have done better with 10 men. And I'm not joking. I'm not messing around. For someone that's coming right now that knows that the midfield that we've all been raving about has so much potential in it, this was the time to go, listen, Sar's going ahead of me. I'm going to show you what I can do. You blew that opportunity so badly. I don't know. Mate, if we can get him out on loan this season, bye-bye. Go out on loan.
Can I just say, I always use that analogy. Do you remember the Rocky? If you ever seen Rocky 1, when Mickey sends Rocky into the pen to try and get him sharp, and he sends him into the chicken pen, and he says, "Go chase the chicken." Right? That will get you fit. That's what it's like. But I can tell you guys, right? There's one thing I'd like to say. If you sell like everyone wants to, sell Højbjerg and you want to sell Davinson Sanchez, that's great. Just think what that team would be like last night had you taken Højbjerg out and played Oliver Skipp and who? Harvey White, or taken Sanchez out. Who are you going to play? Eric Dyer. So I'm all for getting rid if you're going to bring in replacements. And we know there's a good chance that Levy ain't going to bring in the replacement. So be careful what you wish for, because there might not be a replacement, because we got rid of Kane and we haven't got a replacement. So just bear that in mind, guys, because we're one injury away. We're one injury away up front. We're one injury away at the back. We're one injury away in the middle from back to being disastrous. So, you know.
Yep. What's your next one, Johnny?
Well, I've mentioned Foster. Who have I left out? I've mentioned Foster. Gio, I don't know if Gio had an injury, but I just don't understand why he was taken off. Of all the players that were shocking, you take off Gio and have no creativity at all in the middle of the park. There was so much that was wrong last night, and it isn't just on the players. It isn't just, obviously the players are out on the pitch and they have a responsibility, 100%. But, you know,
yeah,
let's see what happens. I mean, I don't even know what to say. I can't even think of anyone other than Perisic and Mickey van der Ven that contributed. If you want to mention Dane Scarlett for a few minutes, like
one thing, I just want to say, Google has just sent a super sticker in our car chat. It's just the Fox clapping bravo. Thank you very much indeed, Google. Gives me the time to check the likes, and we got 259 people in here. We have 56 likes.
Wow,
if we can get that up,
guys.
If we can get that up, that would be fantastic.
Guys, we need the likes. The likes help the channel. I mean, we didn't like the result, okay, but hopefully,
we're only 10 subscribers away from the next milestone, which is 6,700. The channel is growing rapidly thanks to your help, guys. So thank you. I'm going to briefly talk on Lo Celso. Lo Celso is another one that had an opportunity and it didn't work out. He's come back from loan, took it in pre-season, had this opportunity. He's a player I would have expected to stand up and drag this team and go, right, listen, we need this. It's not all his fault. Like I said, this entire team have let
he was playing around him. He was playing with Oliver Skipp, man.
Mate, this is the thing.
Put him with Papassar and Basuma, and you'll see a different player, right?
Yeah, Johnny, you will do, but you've got to look at it on the point that when players like him that get his opportunity, and he has a chance to game, we know what he's capable of.
I think Madison would have struggled in that team, Brian, last night.
But there's players like that get the ball and take the game. I used to say this about players when these better players, or sometimes when we're playing these elite players, aren't getting into the game. It's their responsibility as one of the elite ones to say, right, this ain't how we play. Give me the ball. I'm going to start dictating this game. You do something to have an impact. This is an Argentinian international. And not just a bit part. This is a full-blown Argentinian international that has ability to change games on its own. And yes, he needs better players around him.
I don't think anyone could have changed that on their own last night.
But you should have made some impact. Should have had some desire to get the ball. You should have been demanding the ball come to him. Should have been getting more involved. But no, again, and this goes down to this mentality at this football club. Oh, yeah, we just go out for 90 minutes and play, and it's only a cup, and nothing matters in cup-wise in this club. It's shocking. All right, do you know what? We could be here all day about players. Let's
just go to Ange, because this is where I want to. This is where I want to.
Go on, off you go, Johnny. Right? Off you go. Go
on. I don't care what manager you are, whether you've managed on a Sunday league. I've managed kids, at a young age. Never, ever, ever in my life have I ever made 9 changes. 9 changes. Absolutely shocking. Taking off Gio, fine. You don't think he's working or he was injured, you take him off. You don't bring on Dane Scarlett and then give no creativity to actually feed the two. The only reason we scored the goal was because Tete was off, basically. Not putting on Big Vic for the penalties when you know damn well that he's got a fantastic penalty record. That was mad. Letting Sanchez take a penalty. Appointing three, not 1, 2, 3 separate captains and not playing one of them and putting on Ben Davies last night, keeping Skip and Davis on the game, going out of the cup when you knew that this was so important to this fan base, right? But the things that threw me, right, I just couldn't. Some of his comments, right? It's not a total surprise we lost as we and struggled, as I made so many changes to the team. He liked the fact that we hung in there. Okay. Some of these players haven't played many minutes. We showed character and personality, did we? We had our moments. I'm trying to think of them. It's not just about the result. We showed character, which will be important moving forward. The best missed penalties, I thought Davidson was very good tonight and got in a couple of very good blocks. He looked down at his feet. I just feel like, Ange, mate, you got it wrong. You got it wrong. You got it wrong on many, many levels, on many, many individual situations. The substitutions, the team you picked, the things you didn't do, the things you allowed to happen. And then your comments afterwards are baffling. They really are baffling. He couldn't even look at the guy who was interviewing him. He just looked down at his feet. You know, he told us when he came here that he came to win and he wants to win trophies like he did at Celtic. We went out last night. We got 1 game a week. I'm sorry. We got 1 game a week on average for the whole of the season. You know, we should have been playing our first team defence last night. Okay. They could have handled it. Maybe dropped the Doji. Maybe if he's got carrying an injury. We should have taken that seriously because Fulham certainly took it more seriously with their team selection than we did. 9 changes. Never have I seen that before. Even Pep, with his huge squad, doesn't make 9 changes.
Right. So before I have my say, I'm sorry, Michael, I missed this super chat from ages ago. And as an international fan, I feel your pain. All right, this game would have been a 2:45 p.m. kickoff for me. But Michael woke up at 2:45 a.m. in the morning to watch this disaster class. We only had 2 games before the international break and didn't play strength to strength. I need a lot more Ange-r management to find calm. Cheers, lads. Mate, more than welcome. We've got another super sticker in. Oh, Michael, you just put another one in. Thanks, Michael. Super sticker again from Gaguma. Let me just try and find it. Sorry, Gaguma, I will try and find it. Where is it? There it is. It's the Fox saying, good job. Thank you, Gaguma. And then Michael just put, Ange said how fans abroad have to wake up mid-morning, will be entertained. Well, it's 3 a.m. and I'm not entertained. Cheers, lads. Proper analysis. So, any Australian, what I will say when it comes to Ange, any Australian fans in here, whether it be or not so much the national team, but when he was at Bristol,
I don't hate Ange. Let me just.
No, I'm not saying you do. Any Japanese fans for when he was there, any Celtic fans that are in the building. I spent all night saying this, and hopefully there's some people in here that can back this up with me. Throughout his career, every single domestic cup, the most changes he's made in a game is 4.
Yeah.
4. That's it. 4. All of a sudden, we roll into Tottenham Hotspur, and he drops everything and goes, all of a sudden, do you know what? Today I'm going to make 9 changes. So he's changed a 20, 30-year career pattern of doing one thing and thought, do you know what? I've come to Tottenham. They haven't won a trophy. They are crying for a trophy. These Spurs fans demand a trophy. We've got no Europe. Every single person is saying, all I want to see is a serious cup run and taking the cup responsibility and taking it serious. And he goes, do you know what? I'm going to make 9 changes. Completely out of character. Mate, he was wrong for doing it. Do not get me wrong.
But Brian, can I just add to that?
Let me finish. This 9 changes is not in Ange-Postecoglou's MO. 9 changes is not something he's ever done. But he rolls here and all of a sudden, bang, it's 9 changes. And then I look at it as well. And I'm like, is he using this as a message? Is he using this as the last chance of the window to put players in the shop window to get this crap out? He was wrong for making 9 changes. Do I think he made that decision by himself? No. Do you want to say I'm a conspiracy theorist? Say it all you want. There is no way he has come up with that decision on his own after 25, 30 years of management, of a winning formula, of doing things his way. Was he wrong? Yes. Should he have made substitutions better? Yes. Could he have made things have a better impact? Yes. Does he have to take some responsibility? Yes. Does he take full responsibility? Hell no. These players have let him down again.
Brian, can I just add to that? Can I just add to your point? To your point, what baffles me is Ange has constantly stated, "I will not be compromised." Okay, I will not compromise my beliefs. Okay, I've done it once, twice in my life. I will never do it again. If I have to compromise my beliefs and my football, I'd rather walk. Well, hang on. Why have you changed? Why have you changed this time? Why? Are we to really believe that? Are we really to believe that he's already buckled and crumbled under Levy? Really? How has he crumbled? How has he crumbled? This is a man who we've seen all the interviews before he signed, and when he signed, he's walked out of Australia because he believed in a certain thing, and people were trying to undermine him from above. So he walked, right? This is what he said he would do. It's his way or no way. I don't get it. 9 changes in that team, and still trying to tell us at the end last night that it actually wasn't that bad.
So I'm going to add to this as well for people that don't think any of this being a coincidence. Someone put a tweet out yesterday. Trophies since 1999 to December 2021. So remember, this is only till 2021. We've still got 2 years here. City were on 11. They're now on 7, or they were in 2021, 17. And we know how many of those have gone up. Chelsea were on 11. They're now on 22. Man U were on 8 in 1999. They've 22. That's gone up. Arsenal, the filth, were on 6. They're now on 16. Liverpool, and remember this is only 21. Liverpool were on 5. They're now on 13. Spurs 1. Still on 1. This is a club for a long, long time that does not give a flying fuck about domestic cups. And you know what? We went into the second round a round before we have done in recent years, in our recent history.
14 years. I think it's the first
There
time.
we go, 14 years. And the reason we're there is because we had our worst league position.
Yeah.
And once again, we are out of the tournament before we normally enter the bloody thing. I was on your space yesterday, Johnny, and someone even said it. Notting Hill Carnival has just finished.
August,
it's not even September. And we're out of a cup. And here we go. So thank you. And I saw Ryan put breaking news. Spence is now a Leeds player.
Yeah.
Is it on loan or is it a
It's
permanent?
loan.
I think it's a loan.
It's loan.
Oh,
It was
good.
all.
Good. We've got £1 million in for that. Is the fee up in the so here we
Listen,
go
look,
now.
the thing is, I think if the people looking after Spence get inside his head and get into the player that there is lurking in there, instead of all the rubbish, okay, he could potentially come back and be an asset to the club. That's my prediction.
Mate, this guy's career.
He hasn't been. He's been in the wrong
This guy's
place.
career, a club signing, which we know no one wanted, has gone on loan to the Championship. Sorry, gone on loan to France, come back, and now back in the Championship.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Our recruitment's great. We always do everything. Everything goes right. Everything is brilliant.
I'm not going to have our recruitment, Brian. Right? Don't go down the recruitment route because that was Levy, right? Okay, that one was Levy. All right, but the recent recruitment under Paratici, Gabonini, and Scolding has been exceptionally good, right? So
one second. I haven't turned on Ange at all, Paul. No one. I'm not turning on Ange.
We're discussing. Paul, listen. Okay, this is Ange-r management, right? Okay, so we sit here and we praise him to the hill, but what do you expect us to do? We are stating the facts of what happened last night, okay, where it went wrong, okay, and Ange got lots wrong last night, okay. We can't sit here and pretend nothing happened. Ange got it all right. He didn't get it all right. He got it all wrong on many things, okay. No one can sit there and justify making nine changes to the team and the substitutions and allowing Sanchez to take a penalty and the comments after the game. Okay.
Wait, there's no option to buy. No obligation.
They're not interested in getting rid of him. They got no interest in getting rid of him.
Listen, I don't even know what we go here. Like I said, I think I'm going to wrap this up here because I'm about to go full on Levy fucking rant, and this show isn't about Levy. But I will be going live later, and I will be going mad about that person, this club. Do you know what? I mean, I don't know if people heard the Garn talks. But I'm not going to go into it because I'll go full on meltdown, and it's not this show. I will be live later. If anyone wants to come and join me, just reach out to me and let me know, and you can come on. I'm not too sure what time. It might be like 3-4 in the afternoon. I need to calm down after a shambolic performance. The things that we live for is to see Tottenham win a trophy again. Well, that's done. Yes, we could win the FA Cup, but if we're going to treat cups the way we've just treated this one, then don't hold your heads. Don't hold your hopes. 2 days of this goddamn window to close, and if it closes the way I think it's going to close, then yeah, you're going to want to keep your eye on Tottenham on tour. Enough is enough when it comes to this stupid fucking board, the way this club is run, and everything that goes with it. Johnny, very quickly, where can people find you before I literally lose my shit?
They can find me in a puddle. Let's end on a. Let's try and end on a happy note, Brian. Smile, relax, and breathe.
Yeah, mate.
Mate, we're off to Burnley. We're off to Burnley on Saturday. Hey, we can sing all those. We're 4.5 hours, 5 hours of yeah. Okay. Virtual hugs.
Yep.
You can find me here, Johnny H3232. There'll be a few Twitter spaces. There was a good one last night. It got quite heated. It was quite crowded, as you can imagine. But come and follow me here and join me. Get notification when I start my spaces. And you're all welcome to come on wherever you're from, whatever your opinion, whatever your loves, whatever your hates. And of course, you'll find me on Tottenham on Tour with Cockle Doodle Doo, and obviously anger management. And guys, I want to say to all the Aussies out there, right? This is not Ange hate. This is anger management. We have to give it as it is. If it's great, we're going to sit here and we're going to praise him, and we're going to praise him to the hilt, like we have done every single anger management. I think since we started, this is the first time that we've gone into full rant, because it's just been so bad. As we deserved more last night. This was our chance today. With all the big teams in Europe fielding weaker teams, we had a fantastic opportunity to move forward in the cup with a strong team. Anyway, it is what it is. It's for me, this feels worse than Sheffield United. I don't know why.
It's much worse. It's much worse. It's the second round of a cup.
Yeah.
It's no Europe. It's where every single Spurs fan has sat down and said, "You know what? Just take the domestic
team, Brian.
Just take the domestic cup seriously. Just show the passion and respect those cups deserve.
Yeah.
And listen to your fan base that are craving a bit of silverware. We are in the longest trophy drought, one of the worst in our history, coming off the back of a decade, which is the first decade that this great club, or once great club, hasn't won silverware. Give us our dignity. Give us our respect. Fans that travel up and down this country to games to do that, spend money. Yet here we are again, out of the cup before we normally start it. And why are we out of it? Because we were shit last season, and the shit is still here. Every single time this bullshit happens, and we do nothing about it. Like I said, I'm going full on Daigle rant later, and it's going at one man only. And Jason, drama queens, all you want, mate. You sit down and accept the mediocrity and the bullshit that comes our way. You do that, Jason, and sit back and just type in things like that, because you're happy with going out of the second round of a cup, because trophies don't mean anything to this one famous football club. Absolutely pathetic comment.
No, but Jason, look, mate, you got to understand. You called us drama queens, right? We're here to talk about the game, okay? If we'd have won the game, it would have been a different conversation. But we were still talked about the positives and the negatives, right? There were no positives last night, okay? The drama is us being upset that our one chance of trying to win a trophy, when we're told by Ange he loves to win trophies, and you put out a B team against a strong Fulham team, and then say, oh, yeah, well, I expected to get beaten because, you know, I made a load of changes. Well, why? 6,000 fans went there, Jason. If you'd have been one of the 6,000 that travelled up and down from all over the country to watch that crap last night, you would feel as passionate and as distraught and as angry as myself and Brian and thousands of others, Spurs fans who witnessed that last night. I'm sorry.
Not just that as well. We've got the Skittles and Rainbows and Champagne crew in here as well. Big shout out to all of them that have been tuning in since yesterday and watching things. Stop moaning. Stop moaning.
Oh, what we were meant to do?
Wait, Johnny. We're going to restart the show and just talk about the glory that was yesterday. The absolute fantastic event.
Joe, list all the things.
Honestly,
Joe, while you're there, mate, can you do me a favour? I now want you to type out the positives from last night. Moaning, right? Moaning, stating facts. Okay.
No, this is the thing. This
stuff that isn't anything is moaning. This is talking about what happened last night. Come on, give me the positives, Joe. Come on.
There won't be any, because this is what people do. They'll put things like this. I even got it on my We Are Tottenham TV interview yesterday. I spent the whole time backing Ange. I spent the whole time saying that it's the players, the board, and people going, Brian, why have you turned your back on Ange already? Brian,
we're not turning our back on him. We're just stating what happened last night.
But it's all right. I'm about to go have some caviar, some champagne, and Skittles because life is wonderful. I'm going to find a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, and everything is going to be wonderful.
Brian,
I'm going to leave it
we're
there.
shit fans. We're shit fans. We're going to get on a coach on Saturday, drive 4.5 hours up the bloody road, right, to run down Burnley, right, watch the game, and another 4.5 hours back. But who are we to complain?
Exactly. How dare we?
While they're sitting their couch behind a keyboard.
Listen, I'm going to leave that before I go full on nuclear, but I will always, like I said, I will be back later on today.
Guys, I hope you've been liking this. Let's have a look at the scores on the doors, Brian, before we go, man.
Let's do it. I think we've just got another super chat in 1 second. We've got a couple. Sorry,
if you're in the room, guys, give us a like, please, because it helps.
Jake, I apologise, sir. You guys need to look at Ange past. He has never dropped his captain, never made 9 changes in a cup. I have no idea why.
Well, this is what we're saying.
Daniel, Philip, Levy, I say it time after time after time. I said this at the beginning. He's never done this in his goddamn career. Comes to then 17. Bang! All of a sudden, I'm going to change my entire philosophy, everything that I stand for, and I'm going to do this. But no, we'll all blame everything else apart from the person that we need to. Another one from Jake. I have to give players the opportunity to play. There's a fair bit more truth than these behind these words, in my opinion. Jake, you're right. He's trying to show Daniel Philip Levy the crap he's allowed to stay in this football club. And just literally infest this club and this team with poison and everything that goes with it. Right.
Last thing, Brian. I've got to say one last thing. There was one man who was missing last night who, had he played, could have been very different. Yves Bissouma, happy birthday, mate. We missed you last night. That's a positive.
Yep.
It's
there you go.
Today.
So listen, like, share, comment, subscribe. Go have some champagnes and Skittles because everything is rosy.
I'm sorry, Brian. I thought I got it all wrong. It was an amazing night last night. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Everyone was amazing. Ange was amazing. And I'm just going to go now and celebrate. Thank you very much.
You do. That's what we're doing. I'll come over and join you. Like, share, comment, subscribe. And I mean this more than I ever have done. And as always, Levy out.